Hey guys, it's Woody the Unexceptional Gamer, and this is my review of Medal of Honor. I've played it probably about 6 hours now, and I've only touched the multiplayer. So I haven't touched the single player at all. And let's talk about some of the good stuff. First of all, they have this system where the killstreak rewards are built by doing objectives and by killing people. So that's awesome. I guess you wouldn't strictly call it a killstreak anymore. And so I did a Halo review, and I suggested that there were things about Call of Duty that would make Halo better, like kill cams and a map that showed the contour, like the one you see in the top left there. And I'll do the same thing to Medal of Honor, or do the same thing to Call of Duty. There are things in Medal of Honor that would make Call of Duty better, and they include more rewarding the objective play. As it is now, if you do the sorts of things that makes your team win, like plant bombs, you almost do that like as a sacrifice in Call of Duty. Whereas in Medal of Honor, if you cap flags, then all of a sudden you're calling in UAVs because of it, or you're getting mortar strikes, and then your kill streaks are building more kill streaks, and that's all really cool. So I would like to see that as an advancement in first-person shooters that really catches on. The sound in this game, oh my, it is crazy, amazing good. I'm sure Tabe is out there calling this banana penis wild, super duper good sound. It is immersive. So I play with with Astro headsets, which get pretty good sound, and it's not like Call of Duty has really useful sound, and sound whoring is a big deal. It really helps you locate people. This, it seems like, in spite of what you're seeing here, a lot of the kills are from a longer distance, and sound whoring doesn't play as big a role as it did in Call of Duty. But it's immersive. Even in a multiplayer game, it's just like, wow. When things blow up around you, the effect that it has, it is the best sound I've ever had in any game, and I can't think of another game that really comes that close. So, yeah, so I guess I'll leave the sound thing alone. I didn't realize how big a part of a game it could be. You always hear guys talking about graphics, but it's a big deal too. The graphics are fantastic. The thing is easily as good looking as Modern Warfare. It's 30 frames per second, but it hasn't been bothering me. It's still pretty smooth. I like the recoil of the guns. It's not, Modern Warfare ACR-ish, where there basically is all your bullets go in the same hole. When you're up close, you go full auto. When you're at a distance, you burst fire, and they sort of have that right. So they have the kill streaks right, they have the sound right, they have the graphics right, and they have the guns right. And I really like that much. Now to the downside, the maps. There's something about these maps. My theory is this, that game developers are getting more talented, and they're able to do more with the same hardware. I mean, this is the same platform that Call of Duty 2 ran on, and what they're doing with it now is amazing. But as you bring more complexity to the maps, there's more cover to be had, and that just means that the guys that rush do worse and worse in this game. And what you're seeing from me, this is extreme rushing gameplay by Medal of Honor standards. This is like, I think this is how Sandy Ravage would play, and this is also maybe the only map in the game that lends itself to this kind of play. So far, we'll see. Maybe I'll learn more and I'll change my mind. But as it stands now, it seems like it's pretty difficult to have success with a style that isn't. That would make for good YouTube videos anyway. It's pretty difficult to have success with doing anything but just, crouching, clipping, only showing as little as you can and letting them come to you. And then that's that. I don't know how they're going to fix it, right? Maps aren't really easy to fix. One thing they could do is nerf the sniper rifle a little bit, make all of them 2-shot kills. And that might make people, you'd have a chance. You'd at least be able to run across some open way, and as it is now, it seems like every time you cross a street or every time you enter an alley that has any kind of line of sight, you just insta-dead because there's some guy there waiting for you. And that's his effective strategy. I don't knock campers as furiously as I think a lot of subs do, but this game, it's hard to have a success with anything but camping. And yeah, that is almost the reason by itself I'm calling it not a must-buy game. I'm hoping that the single player in this becomes amazing. I'm hoping that the single player is the coolest thing in the world because of the way the sound is, the graphics are. I've heard that the story is quite good, and that it's just really great. But in the multiplayer, the maps are so I want to say complicated, but what I mean by that is there's so much detail. There's so many rooms, there's so many doors, there's so many lines of sight that you can hardly traverse these maps without somebody picking you off. And right there, like, I have no idea how I died, and we lost. But I picked this game because by Medal of Honor standards, this was extreme rushing, and I didn't want you guys to just watch me peek over a mound of dirt for 15 minutes while I played. So let's bottom line this. If your game budget is one where you buy like 5 or 6 games a year, I think this thing makes the cut. If you're sort of a 1 or 2 or maybe even a 3 game a year person, then probably pass on this one and wait for Portal to come out or something. So there's my recommendation so far.